Let me go ahead and tell you guys a story. When I first started playing Clash Royale in 2017, there was one card that I loved more than anything, and I thought to myself that this card would be really amazing in any other game, and the card was the Princess. And now, years later, I'm playing Clash of Clans, I'm making content for Clash of Clans, and of course Town Hall 15 will be coming out this year, and because it's an odd Town Hall, we're expecting a hero for Town Hall 15, and I'm just thinking to myself, is it possible that the Princess could be part of the Clash of Clans universe? So in this video, we're going to be going over the concept of the Princess and of course how the Princess could be integrated and why it actually kind of fits well if you think about everything considered. Now, just a disclaimer, this is just a theory. Please do not think that this is actually coming to the game. This is just my concept and theory, and you guys voted that you wanted to actually see these types of videos more, so I thought I'd go ahead and make this one. Now let's get into it. Haha. Let's first talk about the stats of the Princess and how she would actually play out in the game. Now recently Clash of Clans released the Flame Flinger, which is a really awesome siege troop, targets defenses from a really long range. Now if we think about the Princess and how it plays in Clash Royale, it has one of the longest, if not the longest range in the entire game, and because of this it's really awesome. It also does slight splash damage. So in my opinion, if the Princess were to come into Clash of Clans, she would be like a Flame Flinger, but she wouldn't be targeting defenses only, she would actually be targeting everything. This actually works out because it doesn't really take the place of anything that's already in the game. Since the Flame Flinger is a siege machine that targets defenses, it's not going to be the exact same thing. In terms of her ability, obviously she's going to get some health regeneration, but if we could get a barrage of shots from her and perhaps some extra damage, that would be a really amazing ability. On top of that, just for balancing purposes, I think her movement speed would have to be actually really slow, similar to how the Princess is in Clash Royale.
Haha! Let's go!
So now that we have an idea of what the Princess would look like in Clash of Clans, why don't we talk about what she would actually be doing and what roles she would be filling. If the Princess had the ability to do long range splash damage and especially damage over walls, then she would most likely be used as a funneling troop. Because she is slow, I don't see her being used as a power troop much at all like the Queen, but more so as to funnel like the King. However, the King is also really powerful nowadays. She would just really have a funneling role and maybe a sniping role if there is a defense on the side of the map or maybe the Town Hall itself, so because of that she would be extremely useful. And once again, because she's targeting all buildings, she's not going to be the same thing as the Flame Flinger, but having her would allow you to use your siege machine somewhere else, which would actually help quite a bit, because I think the Flame Flinger is way too slow when it comes to attacking, so having the Princess being able to funnel out a lot of your base would actually be extremely helpful in an attack.
Let's go! Yay!
Now one thing we have to consider is hero balancing. You guys have already probably thought about it throughout this video. How is the Princess going to be balanced if we're going to bring in 5 heroes, on top of that a siege machine, on top of that a CC, on top of that an entire army composition? How is everything like this balanced? Well, if you watched one of my recent videos, then you guys know that we are thinking about having a limit of 4 heroes. This is an idea that a lot of people in the community have brought up, even Itsu himself, on talking about how there are going to be limits on heroes and how that would allow us to mix and match different types of heroes. I think this is a really amazing point, because if we do this, then you will be able to mix and match heroes based on the type of base that you're going against, and that's really important. For example, if you're trying to funnel out a part of the base where there are no walls, there's not a lot to get through, then you could use the King. However, if there are walls and if there is a lot of defenses that could take out the King, maybe a single target Inferno, then you could default to the Princess. And as you can see, there's a mix and match going on here and a give and take, which is of course really important in strategy and something that I think Clash of Clans and especially Supercell would be willing to promote in this game. But of course there would have to be some type of balancing. I'm not denying that if the new hero does come for Town Hall 15, there is going to be a type of balancing, and this is one of the best ideas that I've seen personally. If you guys have any ideas of how we could balance heroes, do let me know in the comments.
Gotcha!
But why are we talking about the Princess at all? Like, why does she fit into the Clash of Clans narrative of the heroes? I'm gonna explain that right now. Look, the truth is that we have a royal court that is coming through with the heroes, if you guys haven't noticed already. We have the King, we have the Queen, we have the Warden, and the Royal Champion. These are all members of royal courts. The Royal Champion itself in some cultures having a champion that stands up for the royal family. So of course, this is part of a royal court that they're building up here. Now, of course, there are different types of heroes and stuff that they could add. There there are, you know, the knights and the prince, but I think the princess is one of the most unique troops if you think about it, and of course one of the most iconic troops, especially porting over from Clash Royale. She's great, and she's one of the best troops in Clash Royale in my opinion. So we bring her over, and she's a really awesome troop. I think nobody would deny seeing flaming arrows fly over the level 16 or 17 walls that we have now and completely burn out parts of the base. I don't think anybody would really mind seeing something like that, so it would be really awesome. And if you guys are loving talking about theories that could come in 2022, as well as, you know, actual updates that could actually come in 2022, then you guys should go ahead and check out this video right here, where I talk about 10 updates that are actually extremely likely to come in 2022, and of course why I think they're going to come. I hope you guys have been enjoying the content. Thank you for the recent support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.